Growing up, many of you have been given the chance to see polar bears in a zoo with your own eyes. However, what if I were to tell you that your children or grandchildren might not get the same chance? Although this may seem impossible to believe, climate change could be affecting the number of polar bears in the world, whether this be loss of habitat or lack of food supply. While I have never personally saw the effects of which climate change has on this animal, I have studied about how climate change alters environments and food systems. In some instances, it can turn a thriving ecosystem into a withered desert. I have also been captivated by climate change. It is fascinating to see how quickly and subtly it can change the world. This fascination inspired me to take many environmental classes and even join an environmental club at my school. I know it is late, and I will try my best to use the time you have allowed me to the best of my ability. Throughout my speech, I will define what climate change is. Afterwards, I will describe the effects it has on the world. Then I will explain how it alters polar bears and their habitats. Let's begin with defining what climate change is. Pete Dorsey wrote an article on EESI.org defining climate change as the increase of average global temperatures due to an increase of atmospheric greenhouse gases. Many people confuse climate change with global warming. However, global warming is the gradual increase of annual temperatures in a particular region. It is commonly associated with the increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, mainly produced by fossil fuels. Also, global warming is just a side effect of climate change. Now that we have an understanding of what climate change is, we can discuss how it affects the world, such as the rise of carbon dioxide, which depletes the ozone layer and destabilizes temperatures. Also, climate change affects and melts glaciers and ice caps, which causes ocean levels to rise. This leads me into how climate change affects polar bears. An article written by Michael Terrazat on worldwildlife.org labels polar bears as the poster children for climate change. Climate change decreases the polar bears' hunting grounds due to the ice caps melting. This also limits the food supply, which causes lower average body weight. Polar bears also have a low reproductive rate, which further decreases due to the lack of food and lack of an appropriate environment to mate and raise young. These are just some examples of how climate change is affecting your world. This evening, I have defined and elaborated on the effect of climate change. I've also discussed how these effects interfere with polar bears and their habitat. In addition, I have informed you of the dangers of climate change. Hopefully, you have learned some beneficial information, whether it be the difference between global warming and climate change, or how polar bears are losing habitats and suffering from food loss. Thus, no matter the information you take away from my speech, I hope you have a better view of what climate change is and how it is shaping the world around you. Thank you.